Welcome back. When a case goes cold for several years, investigators and family look for any clues to point them in the right direction. That's why years after the murder, a tip had investigators searching a nearby creek. November 2020, 3 years after Tyrone Sumlin was murdered, investigators with the Minden Police Department and firefighters searched Mile Creek that runs through the city. Detectives said they got a tip someone threw the murder weapon in the creek.
We think it's a hit, but we don't know why. I mean, who did it? What did Ty do to have somebody so mad that they want to kill him? I mean, cold-blooded killing.
After years with little movement in the case, police at the time said they were following every lead. Ruthie and Tyrone's family were hoping for some sort of clue.
This is the hardest thing for me to say, coming from a mother, that I forgive y'all. I forgive y'all for what y'all did to my son, but y'all got to forgive y'all self. Bless us, Lord. Bless us, Lord, to give us justice for my son.
But after the search, they were still at square one. That was a tough time, I'm sure, when nothing came out of that.
Yeah, that was a very tough time, but you know, like I say, I pray on it and I leave it to God and I leave it to the law enforcement.
Lieutenant Griffith took over the case around that time in 2020.
We just started from the ground up. Had very little physical evidence on the case, but I was able to interview the people that had already been interviewed or re-interviewed them. Went back through and was able to develop a couple of pretty viable suspects, and we do have a person of interest now in the case. We're pretty close, and I really believe we're going to get there. We just need a couple more pieces to put it together.
The scene of the crime, Tyrone's home, sits right across the street from a park. A key focus for law enforcement as they look to crack the case.
We know there was a lot of foot traffic. We know there were people in the park before, during, and after the shooting. We know there were people in the park. We feel like some of those people fled, and they may be scared or whatever to come forward. We just need those people to come forward.
But Lieutenant Griffith and Minden Police aren't alone in the fight for answers. Just as he's been there for Kylie, she's now stepping up, speaking out for the very first time. After struggling with depression for years, grappling with her father's death.
I came to realize, what is that doing for me? My dad wouldn't want to see me crying every day or sad, so I was like, I have to get up and I have to do something. I want to continue to get my voice heard because I need somebody to understand what I'm going through or what my family's going through.
I feel like I've pretty much failed the family, not being able to solve it, but anything I can do to help them bring a little bit of peace or joy to their life, I'm more than willing to do it.
And although the memories of loss are painful, a mother's love always answers the call.
And if you get that knock on your door, you got to answer. If you get that phone call, you got to answer. You can't shut it away. But like I just said, I just pray that whoever did this to my son, speak up. If anybody know anything, just speak up for Tyrone. That's all I ask, to get justice for my son.
Minden is small, it's very small, and I know somebody knows who did this. I just want them to speak up because this has changed my life forever, every day. So I want them to please, if you know something, speak up.
As long as I'm wearing a badge, I'm going to be working this case. It's never going to be a closed case. It's always open.
Minden Police are offering a $15,000 reward for any information leading to an arrest in the case of Tyrone Sumlin. If you have any information, reach out to Minden Police at the number at the bottom of your screen. Thanks for watching this episode of KSLA Investigates Cold Cases. Have a great night.